Hello, this is Julianne of the House of Influence, and I have with me Jennifer Nagel.
Hello.
Hello. We are going to be talking to you about a book that we are doing for therapists and for counselors, life coaches, anybody that's in that therapeutic world where there is a patient therapist type relationship. We just are in the process of publishing the first book in the series, and the series name,
it's all about the reciprocity of therapy.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
Beautiful. So it's that, therapists are human too. It's telling the other side of the story of therapy. We all know about the therapists that have lots of stories about how they have helped their clients. And what we're doing is telling this story from the other side to show we're really taking the stigma out of therapy. So this is a call out for people for book 2. So book 1 was an amazing book. We had 8 therapists / counselors here in Puerto Vallarta in May. And some of the stories that came as a result of being involved in this book were truly amazing and just miraculous.
They really were.
They really were.
They really were.
Jennifer, tell the story about, Tammy, for example.
Oh, well, yes. So Tammy, all of these therapists, most of them didn't know each other. And so, and some of them weren't sure what they were going to write about. And Tammy had several stories, and she decided that she was going to write the story of how she helps a family with adoption. And she herself happens to be adopted. And so when we look at the reciprocity, how has her life been transformed and changed by the work that she's done with this family? Well, right after the retreat, literally
Yes.
like 2 days later, she's from Oklahoma. She went home. She got an email from 23andMe, which is that DNA testing thing, and a full-blooded sister found her.
Yes.
And that, see, I got every time I tell this story, I get goosebumps
because she hadn't before. She'd been registered with them for the longest time, and she'd totally forgot all about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just she gets this and finds out she's got a full-blooded sister.
Yeah. And there are so many stories like that with the authors that were here. So it was so much more than a writing retreat. It was really, everyone came with their own story of how they've been impacted by their clients, but also there was the reciprocity with each other and the depth that we went to with our vulnerability and our authenticity, and how that kind of created this ripple effect into our current present day life. So Tammy with the discovery of her sister, and
Madeline.
And Madeline,
wow.
With her vulnerability, that sharing a story that she hadn't shared with anyone before, and she shared it within our group, and that became the topic of her chapter, which is going to be in the book that's being published in November.
Yes.
Just
amazing. She said her life was literally changed as a result of this, to actually go into that topic of shame that a lot of therapists and life coaches they talk about shame, but for the actual therapist to go into their own shame that often is hidden, but to actually be vulnerable and expose that story was truly life-changing for the people that are here. I mean, really totally incredible what happened, and the bonding and the collaboration, and by sharing those stories, it was it's very inspiring. It totally takes all the stigma out of therapy. It really does. Yeah.
Well, so many books about mainstream psychology focus on how clients are and how patients are affected, or what kind of therapy we do with our patients. And this is really, again, it does humanize the therapist, that we are human too, and the person of the therapist, how we are impacted and we learn from our clients, and they, just as they learn from us, it is very reciprocal. So it really brings that to light.
And I think this book in particular is really important to actually showcase who we are as therapists, whether we're a therapist, we're a life coach, we're a counselor, you know, or any other wellness professional, basically, that is in that the reciprocal relationship with their client. You know, it really humanizes the person, and it actually showcases who that person is. It makes people want to actually use their services, because, you know, we all buy from people that we love and trust. And so the book is a way where you can share your story, you can share your vulnerability, you can share who you truly are in the world. And I guarantee not only will it change your life, but it's going to bring a lot more customers to you.
It will.
Right?
It will change your practice, because also I think when we're authentic and vulnerable, there is a connection, that common humanity, that we connect with others, and our clients and our patients are drawn to. I mean, if we're human. And so when we show up, and also when we do our own work, when the therapist does their own work within themselves, we do show up more authentically and more congruently to do the work that we do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we are here to do this little video just to let you know that we have decided to extend our early bird rate. So we have a really, really amazing package that we've put together. We do have 14 beds here at the House of Influence. So if you want to come on this as a residential retreat, i.e., you're going to be staying here for 6 nights, 7 days. You will sleep here, you will eat here, and you'll also get to experience the local culture of Puerto Vallarta. So we take you on a few local trips, which is really important for the creative time. You actually get time out. We go to a spiritual site where we really do some affirmations. We go to the local beaches, and we take you to some of the special beaches. We take you to some of the amazing restaurants so that you can sample some of the incredible music talent that's here in Puerto Vallarta. And you get to spend a whole week with myself and with Jennifer. So 2 for the price of 1. And we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. And so for a whole week, to work on the book, it is only $2,997. $2,997 US dollars, and that includes everything. So that includes the room, the food, excursions. It includes the training by Jennifer and myself for a whole week. It includes everything to do with publishing. So it will include the story development, the structural editing, the content editing, the proofreading, the interior design, the formatting, and we do an amazing marketing strategy. So we actually stay in touch with you all, even after you've left, and we're continuing all of the publicity that goes with the book. So not only will you be showcasing yourself in the book, but you are going to be showcasing yourself on a podcast interview. You're going to be showcasing yourself on local MAR10 TV. You will be on local Radianti FM radio, and you will have a column in the local newspaper, which is the Tribune Travel. So there's like 5 things that you're going to be doing to actually highlight your business, whether you're in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico City, Guadalajara, Canada, Mexico, Europe, wherever you are.
The US.
The US. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. US. You will be able to highlight who you are as a therapist, counselor, or wellness coach. So we're like delighted to tell you about this, to invite you along, and to be extending this early bird to the end of August. The end of August, yes. So if you would like to find out more, there is an application process, because it's important for us that we have the right people in the book, that we're really highlighting you as a therapist, counselor, coach that actually really does bring this practice authentically into the way that you are with your clients, with your customers. So it is very important that there is an application process. You're not automatically in the book. So there is an application process. You can find out all that information at houseofinfluence.mx. You can click on to the itinerary. You can see the full itinerary of what we're going to be doing in the week. And we are excited.
Very excited. Very.
We had such an amazing time for the first week. We had 1 week, we finished the book, the first draft of the book by the end of the week. I mean, we wrote a book in a week.
We did.
We wrote a book in a week, right?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. So you don't need to write a book by yourself, write it with other people. It's a lot more fun. And literally 6 months later, is the book launch, but we're going to keep that marketing going. So if you want to be highlighting who you are as a therapist or a coach or a wellness professional, we're going to keep that momentum going with the podcast interviews, with the TV, with the radio interviews, with social media. So this really is a great way for you to show who you are in the world. So exciting.
Very,
very exciting. Okay, houseofinfluence.mx. We would love to speak to you more about it and for you to apply. And we'll be back later, and you can actually go onto the website. There'll be links to the authors that were in the May retreat, so you can read their personal stories and listen to their stories on podcast interviews to see what happened to them as a result of being in the first book. So bye-bye for now.
thank you.
Thank you.